במעגלי צדק יחייני, במעגלי צדק למען שמו. Adonai roi lo exalt. Adonai roi lo Friends, before we continue with the service, I ask that if you have a cell phone, if you could kindly turn it off or put it in the silent mode, that would be appreciated. I am truly honored to be officiating the service for June. I did not have the privilege to really know her. I'm so grateful to so many family members who took the time to share their loving, heartfelt memories of her. Our hearts go out to everyone in June's family, especially Tracy and Terry, Danny and Barry, John and Barb, the whole family. It means so much that those of you who are here and those of you joining us remotely have taken the time to lend your love and support to the family during this very difficult time. We begin the service for June with the traditional act of Kriya. We know everyone's hearts are torn, but the Kriya ribbon is usually just worn by direct mourners. So Danny and John, you both have the ribbons. If the two of you can just stand right at your place. Before making the tear in the ribbon, there are some traditional Hebrew words that are said, and I'd like to invite the two of you to repeat these words after me. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Dayan HaEmet. These words mean, praised are you, eternal our God, ruler of the universe, judge of truth. From the bottom of the ribbon up towards the circular button, you can make a tear as little or as far as you would like. Sometimes the ribbons tear very easily and sometimes not so easily. You'll notice that the ribbon is on the left side. It's only children who wear this Kriya ribbon over the heart, because there is no bond as unique and special as that between parent and child. We know everyone's hearts are torn as you say goodbye to your mom. You have a choice to wear this torn ribbon just today, or the first week of mourning, or the period of Shloshim, 30 days. You also have a choice to wear it tucked in the inside or on the outside for others to see. There's no right or wrong, whatever gives meaning to you. If you choose to wear it on the outside and people see you wearing this black torn ribbon, hopefully they will understand that you are in a period of mourning and they will have compassion on you. Let's be seen. So we come to this sacred place drawn by the eternal ties that bind your souls to the soul of your beloved June. In learning about her, I have selected a few readings and poems that I felt were quite fitting. This first poem, unfortunately, the author is unknown. The poem is entitled, "A Life Well Lived." A life well lived is a precious gift of hope and strength and grace from someone who has made our world a brighter, better place. It's filled with moments sweet and sad, with smiles and sometimes tears, with friendships formed and good times shared, and laughter through the years. A life well lived is a legacy of joy and pride and pleasure, a living, lasting memory our grateful hearts will treasure. Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote, "What is success? To laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a loved child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived, this is to have succeeded." I think we can all agree that June succeeded big time. And that's what makes this day so difficult. And we look for comfort. We often find the words in the book of Psalms to be comforting. Psalm 121. Yes, I will lift up mine eyes unto the mountains. From whence shall my help come? My help cometh from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel doth neither slumber nor sleep. In your service folders, you find another psalm, perhaps a familiar psalm, I think, that speaks to all of us, regardless of our faith or tradition. And so I'd like to invite all of you here, and as well as those of you joining us remotely, if you know the words to the 23rd Psalm, please join us. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He guideth me in straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord. June was blessed with such a loving family. Family was really everything to her. And so I'd like to share this beautiful poem. Unfortunately, the author is unknown. The poem is entitled, "The Greatest Gift." One of the greatest gifts that life can give to anyone is the very special love that families share. As years go by, it's good to know that there will always be certain people in our lives who care. For there are countless things that only families have in common, and memories that no one else can make. And these precious ties that bind a family together are bonds that time and distance cannot break. How fortunate we are when we have relatives to love us. It makes the world a happy place to be. Few gifts in life will last as long or touch the heart as deeply as the very special gift of family. Do we have an extra chair for this young lady?
Yes.
Great. Good one. We have a few members of the family who would like to offer some words today. It's my honor to first call upon June's granddaughter, Paula, to come forward and share some words.
Nanny, Mom, Great Nanny, Gigi, Aunt June, Nana Jr., June Bug, Junie Baby, Queen. In her 97 years, she gained so many names, so many titles, and she was so much to so many. But to me, she was my idol. Nanny was and always will be the most beautiful, classy, and proper lady to walk this earth. And I would be lying if I didn't mention that she could be quite the bitch at times, too. While I generally have the worst memory, our times together were unforgettable. I loved that as kids, Lisa, Neil, and I, and eventually Samantha, would go down to Florida for winter breaks. We would spend time with all the New Yorkers, have Romans for lunch, and play some Rummy Cube. The smell of the tar and Nanny's after tan lotion will forever be my favorite smells. I love even more that my in-laws are in Delray, so that Brad, Paige, Brielle, and Hallie were able to continue the winter break tradition with a visit to the hemispheres where the next generation could enjoy Romans for lunch, a dip in the pool, and a swim in the ocean. While I have so many memories with her as a kid, I believe that our relationship and special bond really began when I went down to Florida after Hai ended up in rehab. There was just the two of us. It was during these few days that I came to appreciate the nannyisms. For instance, I need to take a wee, which in the Gagerman house would be, I need to take a piss. Another example is doll. You're asking me too many questions. It's making my head itch, which simply meant, please just shut up. After Hai passed and she returned home for good, I was lucky enough to spend quality time with her on a weekly basis. We frequented Annie's, Olive Garden, and Holy Free Holy, chatting, laughing, and just being us. They knew us, they knew what table to seat us at, they knew the bond we shared and always complimented us on it. As it got harder for Nanny to get out, we'd have lunch in her kitchen where she would tell me not to talk with food in my mouth because I might choke. Again, while she was trying to seem proper, I know this was just code for, will you please just shut up? And then when it was time for Nanny to move to Cleveland, Brad and I had the honor of driving her. I told Brad I had to drive because Nanny would only be comfortable with me driving, when in fact, I really just wanted to be next to Nanny the whole time. She sat as my front seat passenger where she complimented my driving to anyone that checked in. We played Frank Sinatra on repeat, and of course her favorite song, 99 Miles from LA, where she sang along to help calm her nerves. Nanny wasn't thrilled with her move, but she was excited to spend time with Uncle John and his family. I know the move wasn't easy, but I was in awe how stoic she was and how well she adjusted. Nanny really enjoyed the entertainment, especially the musician Noah, and of course she found a man, Marvin. While my visits weren't weekly, I was able to pop in a few times to visit her at Stone Garden over the last year. During all my visits, she'd request that I rub her feet and brush her hair. Nanny definitely got bolder and more direct with age. During my last visit, Neil is a witness, Nanny asked me to brush her hair. This time, the brushing resulted in some static, so she requested that I wet her brush. As I brushed her hair, the water dripped down her face, and she said, "Doll, I thought you were good at this." Will I do anything to have a few more visits, a few more nannyisms? I'm just so happy she went peacefully and never landed herself in the nursing home, because even our queen couldn't make a nursing home classy. Nanny, until we meet again, I love you so.
It's okay. Hugging is important. We got to take time for that. And now it's my honor to invite June's great-granddaughter, Hallie.
Okay, before I start, I have to give credit to Paige because she actually wrote this, but I just have the honor of reading it. The weird thing about growing up is realizing that there's beauty and tranquility in the things you once found frightening. Recently, I had that epiphany about death. June Richards has lived many lives and taken on many roles. She has played loving wife, supported mother, devoted grandmother, and respected great-grandmother. In my 18 years on this planet, I've seen her embrace these roles. Before she moved to Florida with Hi, she would come over to my house for dinner periodically. At one dinner, she taught me how to properly fold a napkin. At another dinner, she told me stories about her and Papa's dog, Fritzy. One time, she lectured me about the importance of posture in order to, as she put it, avoid back problems in old age. The most notable dinner, however, was the one in which her and Hi gifted Hallie, Brielle, and I our own antique teacup sets. I was elated. Not only did I get a gift on an occasion that did not include my birthday or Hanukkah, but additionally, my dream of becoming a pretty princess had most literally come to fruition. Now, looking back, the impromptu gifts of $2 bills and teacups, the stories and the life lessons cumulatively highlight who my great nanny was. She was beautiful, wise, polite, vain, blunt, once again politely, practical, but most importantly, loving. She wasn't the type of woman to wrap you in a bear hug, but she made sure to give me butterfly kisses upon greeting me and departing. That was just her. I never truly saw her get sappy, but in her actions, she made it so evident how loved I was, as well as every other great-grandchild was. I remember when Cece was a newborn, we had a family dinner at my house. Waiting patiently to hold my new baby cousin, I watched Aunt Michelle place tiny Cece in Great Nanny's arms. The minute Cece touched her arms, her face lit up. It was that moment I realized how important her family truly was to her. At 97, Great Nanny had seen a lot of life and a lot of death, but she never complained much. I found it truly remarkable that after all those years, watching family and friends pass, that she found joy in the little things. She loved her glass of wine at 5 p.m. sharp. She loved her audiobook. She loved her leftovers. And most importantly, she loved us. Having experienced so much loss, she had so much love. While it breaks my heart that I will no longer be able to eat jelly beans out of her dish of candy, knowing that she had lived such a full and enriching life brings me peace. June Richards has passed, but she left behind a life well worth celebrating, and that in itself is beautiful.
And now, last but not least, it's my honor to call upon John.
I first have to say that those two were awesome and so meaningful. This is titled Beautifully. To our dear June, who is consistently a loving, kind, beautiful, resourceful, calm, funny, respectful, accepting, proper, spiritual, and a very private person. Mom took her responsibility as the matriarch of our family as her full-time hobby and passion. She taught me how to care. She taught me to be patient. I'm still learning that one. And she guided me in my appreciation and joy of love that is created from a close and supportive family. How many families are blessed with a strong, vibrant woman who was so caring and thoughtful to share all of our lives? 97 years is an abstract concept to me. I loved to watch Mom go about her day. Her moment by moment to me was a marvel, and I constantly tried to understand what it must take to be 97. Knowing my mom throughout the years helped to provide a benchmark for how to live life beautifully. This past year, having Mom in my family's orbit gave me indescribable pleasure. It's incredible that my mom was willing to be uprooted from everything she knew and make a new life at 95. This speaks to her adventurous nature, flexibility, and the acceptance of life being a journey, not a fixed point. I always thought that I got my wanderlust from my dad, but she made it very clear that this quality truly came from Mom. I have been so proud of the way she didn't let any of the challenges, whether huge or minor, get in her way. I thank my sisters, my nieces and nephews, and all the people that encouraged Mom to come to Cleveland. You gave me the gift of time, of her time, the gift of closure, and the gift of sharing love, which for me has been so precious and valuable. This speaks to the family that Nanny built. Once again, she consistently instilled and portrayed kindness, the ability to share the difference between right and wrong, and most importantly, accepting our own responsibility to make decisions that make sense. She embodied goodness and held on to her independence to a fault. I would constantly tell her to pick up the pace, lady. Either get into your life or check out. I personally had a difficult time accepting her slowing down, showing her age, or complaining. In my mind, she was always my mom, the same mom from my childhood. My mom wasn't allowed to give in to the difficulties that come with age. I accept that this may have been unfair at times, but she always stepped up whenever I tried to motivate her. This is the woman I loved. I do realize that, as Barb, my wife, likes to remind me, I grew up in an Ozzie and Harriet childhood. This is something that you don't even realize or even appreciate until you grow up and are exposed to other families and the challenging situations that many people endure. This truly was the greatest gift that I inherited from my mom and dad. Their guidance allowed me to accept life with a positive outlook and soak up the importance of love and cherishing every gift. Mom, you made me who I am, mostly good and a little bad. I want to thank you for the safe and warm home you created wherever you were. Anyone who knew you truly, truly loved you. I want you to do one more favor for me. Please, please give every member of our forever family a big hug and a kiss on the lips from all of us. You will never know the depth of our love for you or what a tremendous loss we must endure without you. On this past Tuesday, I was getting packed for today, and I was in my closet alone thinking about what I need to bring. Suddenly, that familiar voice called out from your watch, The time is 9 p.m. I paused, and you were right there next to me. Mom, we are all there with you now. Please have a safe journey with grace and the knowledge that you made a huge impact on all of us. May God enjoy and appreciate your presence. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. I love you, Mom.
Wow, this family really loves each other. I love it. Love it. It's so beautiful. Hugs and kisses. So beautiful. And perhaps it was June who started all this hugging and kissing and laughing. As I said during our meeting together, I've never laughed so much in what we call an intake funeral meeting. And then even today at the ceremony, you know, this funeral service for her, I mean, it's a real testament to her, the way she lived her life, the lessons that she taught you, and the love that just emanated from her toes, right? I mean, she was one of a kind. And just a few memories that, as I told the family, I'll fill in whatever blanks might be left. I mean, she was a loving daughter as well to David and Beatrice, and loving sister to the late Rosie, right, and Michael. Her father died when she was rather young, and so she had to go to work kind of at an early age to help support her family. She did some bookkeeping work, I understand, but her life with this family so filled with love, and she had a lot of good blessings in her life too. She loved living by the ocean, being at the beach, even though she didn't know how to swim. It's okay, you know, you could love the beach without knowing how to swim. She was able to enjoy traveling, certainly to visit family, whether it was in St. Louis or in New York, or certainly in her time living in Florida, how you guys got to come and be with her and enjoy all the fun times together. She would love to entertain. You recall memories every year. There was a New Year's Day brunch. And of course, being together on all of the holidays. She was a wonderful cook, I understand. I'm going to quote some of your words. They were magical or amazing meals. You recalled certain dishes, and let's see if I get this right. Liver chop suey, crab meat mold. Of course, we've all heard of chopped herring, but this one really caught my attention. Toast with peanut butter, tomato, and onion. I can't wrap my head around that. And I eat everything. I don't know. But you said it was good. It's certainly memorable, right? Peanut butter, tomato, and onion on toast. Okay, whatever floats your boat. She also made, I understand, delicious mandel bread. She was fun. And although, when I said, was she funny? Well, she didn't necessarily mean to be funny, but she was funny. Yes, she was definitely funny. And she was a great straight man, right, to stand. She was a very proper lady. And she was called the queen. I love this. The queen. Her hair was always done. She was beautiful. She was a beautiful woman. She and Stan loved to go dancing. They would dance at the pump room, and then they would look for other places to go dancing. They enjoyed the music and dancing at the Grand Park Band Shell. She was a great friend. If you were her friend, you were lucky to be her friend and enjoy being in her company. She played a little mahjong. She loved soap operas, and she enjoyed all kinds of music, especially that of Al Green and Frank Sinatra. And of course, we heard 99 Miles from LA, favorite. She also enjoyed later in life the ability to listen to books on tape. So she would enjoy sitting out on the balcony. You had memories of that. How she was someone who was involved in her temple's sisterhood, a Temple Emmanuel. How she, when Terry and Danny were young, you guys were taken to nursing homes so that you could perform on either the violin or piano or both for the residents there. She had a big heart. She volunteered in the gift shop at Lutheran General Hospital. But as we heard, above everything, she loved you, her family, and how each and every one of you, especially as she called it, the delicious babies, love, and I can relate, delicious babies, they are delicious. And being a grandmother, there's nothing like it. Being a great-grandmother, I can only imagine. But the love that each and every one of you gave her, the impact that I know she made on your life, about which we heard from a few of you today, it's clear that she will always be remembered. And although we know that none of us are physically going to live forever, we do believe, many of us in the Jewish faith, that our spirit, our soul, can live on forever. And the only way that that really happens is by those of us who are still here continue to speak about her, to share the stories, to continue laughing and documenting your memories in a variety of ways, because we know technology is always changing. I don't know that a piece of paper is going to go out of style anytime in our lifetime. I could be wrong. So find various ways of documenting your memories so that when future delicious babies are born and brought into the world, they're gonna know about June, because she really did make such an impact on all of your lives. So treasure your memories, document your memories, and continue to enjoy them. And may they be a source of blessing to all of you, especially in the weeks and months ahead. As we prepare to begin the Jewish New Year this Sunday evening with Erev Rosh Hashanah, I hope that it will be a year of good health, a year of much joy, as you especially recall your wonderful memories of June. Zecher Tzadik Livracha, the memory of the righteous is forever a blessing. And to that we say, Amen. The dust returns to the earth as it was. The spirit returns to God who gave it. It is only the house of the spirit which we now lay within the earth. The spirit itself cannot die. We pray to you, O God, to receive in mercy the soul of our departed June Richards. As her casket is being lowered into the grave, I share with you this poem by Mary Alice Ramish. When I am gone, release me, let me go. I have so many things to see and do. You mustn't tie yourself to me with tears. Be happy that we had so many years. I gave you my love, and you can only guess how much you gave to me in happiness. But now it's time I traveled on alone. So grieve a while for me. If grieve you must, then let your grief be comforted by trust. It's only for a while that we must part. So bless the memories within your heart. I won't be far away, for life goes on. So if you need me, call, and I'll be near. And if you listen with your heart, you'll hear all of my love around you, soft and clear. And then when you must come this way alone, I'll greet you with a smile and say, welcome home. My friends, I invite you to turn now to your service folders for our two concluding prayers. The first of which is the El Maleh Rachamim at the bottom of the page where we find the 23rd Psalm. And then the final prayer is on the back cover with the Mourner's Kaddish. If you are able to rise for these two concluding prayers, I invite you to please rise. Compassionate God, eternal Spirit of the universe, grant perfect rest in your sheltering presence to June Richards, who has entered eternity. O God of mercy, let her find refuge in your eternal presence, and let her soul be bound up in the bond of everlasting life. God is her inheritance. May she rest in peace. And let us all say, Amen. And now on the back cover, you find the Mourner's Kaddish, a prayer that we're told the angels brought down from heaven. It possesses wonderful power. Truly, if there is any bond strong enough to link heaven to earth, it is this prayer. There is no reference to death, although many people believe it does speak about death, because we always recite it at the time of death or the Yortzeit anniversary of one's death. But actually, there are no references to death, rather to God's glory and omnipotence. So let us join together in exalting God's name with these traditional words of the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yama divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chayeh d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah, mevarach le'olam ulamei amaya, yiparach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yatadar, v'yataleh, v'yatalal, shemei dekudasha, barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran ba'alma v'yimeru. Amen. Yehi shalom rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu. Al kol Yisrael v'yimeru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromat, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. May the author of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort all the bereaved among us. And to that we say, Amen. Please be seated. Once they seal the vault, I will invite June's children and their spouses to come forward to share the contents of this pouch. This pouch is holy earth from the Mount Olives in Jerusalem, Israel. So for those of us not being buried in Israel, we bring some Israel here, this holy earth. And after they sprinkle in this holy earth, I will invite all of you who are here to participate in the burial process with the traditional 3 shovels of earth. So I'll speak more about that in just a moment. It is considered a truly great mitzvah, good deed, to have each of you who are present here today to participate in the burial process with either 3 shovels of earth or 3 handfuls of earth. Some people follow the tradition of turning the shovel upside down, making it more difficult to shovel, which is symbolic of how difficult it is to bury somebody that we love. It doesn't matter how much earth you get on the shovel, which direction you hold the shovel. The important thing is when you're done shoveling, you return the shovel to this mound of earth. We never pass the shovel. And the reason for that is we would hope that each of you would participate in this mitzvah, this good deed, from your own free will. So we'll start with the holy earth, the 4 of you to come forward and share the contents of this pouch. You'll notice that there are shovels on both sides of the grave. So when they're done with the holy earth, they're going to each do 3 shovels of earth. And then I'll invite you to go on either side of the grave and participate with your 3 shovels and then returning the shovel to the mound of earth. So you can go on either side of the grave and you can each do your 3 shovels now, or 3 handfuls. I can take them out. Here. Put the shovel right back. It's okay if the shovel falls. And when you're done shoveling, you can come back under the tent and then we'll start forming on either side of the grave. You can start coming forward, maybe the grandchildren next.
Folks, when everyone has completed placing their measures of earth, the gentlemen from the cemetery are going to bring in their equipment and complete the burial. If you would like to stay and witness the completion of the burial, you may do so. If you find this disturbing in any way, we're going to suggest that you return to your cars after placing your measures of earth.
I'd also like to wish everyone a happy, healthy, sweet new year. And if you don't have a place to go for the holidays, I am the rabbi of Congregation Ahavat Olam, a Reform congregation. We are holding virtual on Zoom holiday services. They are free, and you're welcome to join us, but you need to register. So if you'd like more information, let me know, and I'd be happy to have you join us for the holiday services. That's a good idea. We don't want your phone like this.
Friends forever. You know this? Oh, this is her friend of a lifetime. Friend of a lifetime.
George.
Yeah.
No hands. No, I don't know. This is Nancy.
Yeah, are we done? Oh, wait a minute.
Five and a half months. And that's it. And then we have a 14-month-old. You would know he is not around. How was it? 14 months. How long ago that was? That was our old place. We've been at least 3 years ago. I was looking at those chickens. Oh, 14 months.
Yeah.
Oh, I added some. Yeah, so he's crazy.
Crazy little puppy. He's a daily and very
Yeah, I'm gonna throw more dirt. He wants to be.
We have a cat. Same idea. So Cooper's putting up we asked Rick's putting him into his team. Does he need some help?
Get in there, Jonathan. Go, Dave.
So we got to really cover him as well.
John likes covering.
You want to cover? Yeah, I like covering. Cover the whole thing. Yeah, this is really that. You want to cover? Yeah, are you waiting for just the lid? Usually, they cover just the lid. Keep going. Tom, can you get any more shovels? Well, that's what you guys. These guys are like, right. No, we switch.
Don't you dare.
Sean, take a break, man.
Oh.
So my grandparents staying at work. They do call you, which is my and do it.
We got a couple more stuff. I think we should knock it down a little bit.
She's young and hot.
Yeah, this thing is in. This is in.
No, those are the real deal. That's not, no, that's
He was also the one at our mitzvah. Wait.
I was just telling Kara that. See? Tagging out. Yeah, I think it's that. I feel like I'm in the movie Old. Well, were you telling Karen?
She's like, oh, I never heard that.
Someone asked me yesterday. He was planning on doing
This is my little. No, this she was going to be 16, and I started when I was in Arizona, South Carolina.
Well, I think at this point we gotta kind of let the guys in
This is Hannah. That's Hannah.
All right, I think we got it. He's taking a break. It's on my first rodeo.
You're up, buddy. Shot's back in.
Back in. There's like 2 shovels. Well, there's like 2 shovels. Well, no. So those are like transfer shovels. Or like shoveling the other one. They're like terrible. That's digging it. By the way, did you see the way he would technically dump the dirt? Of course he knows.
You need to be a good friend. It's so cool in the desert.
I'll show you guys. Step on the other side of this bush with me. Was that?
Your water bottle.
But I'm sure they're awesome. By the way, I'll be doing
Oh, really? But he actually,
Maybe there were like 3 handfuls of dirt thrown in and everyone was exhausted. That was about it. It was very much a field. Yes. Making progress. I can jump in if anyone. Oh, not
you like digging?
yeah.
Careful, not as deep as I thought. Careful.
So yeah, she did, and then Samantha got to and visited and
As long as Jordy's involved, keep him going. I will be on Bloody Mary. How spicy you want? Sandy, take a break. What? Take a break. Not much done. No, but it's done.
He's right there, Uncle. Yeah.
Spreading blood. She didn't run you out of there. Everything out again? Wait a minute. Take it out.
We had her at our house a couple times.
I used to work for this. It was like my first boss. You even met the twins, so.
Which one?
They were 4 months old. No, they were
Yeah.
We've got the grass seat now. We need to.
Now we gotta start over. Watch yourself throwing it versus flipping it over.
They are now.
You
guys are overflowing the hole.
have to because it's got to settle.
They press it down and come out with 3 more pounds of dirt.
I'll edit the last 5 minutes. It's no worries.
Might as well have a double. Good.
I've got a tablespoon in the car.
You gotta level it out.
Oh, they're gonna come out and tip the words next.
Stab the grass.
No, the tamper. You have a tamper?
No. All right.
That was some shrubbery to cover it.
Wait a minute.
Wait, don't go anywhere.
Dig the hole back up quick. We got
Where are those scissors? Danny, where are those scissors?
They've got a gurney to go.
Uncle Barry, go grab the scissors in the car. And Danny said they're on that bag.
Bag of water. Is that still around here somewhere? Okay.
know, right? Like, yeah, when you like come to
What's
something
that?
like this and you I know, I hear you.
Hello?
I hear you. Oh, Brad, we gotta text your parents, their address, yeah, I actually have to look it up. Can't remember, I'll ask them.
Come on, Jake, get it even out, man. That's what I'm trying to do.
He's aerating.
Doesn't really look like you know what you're doing.
Take it, this is anti-leaks. No, I think it.
Oh, God.
There's the weight right there. Jordy's got it right there.
Mom? Balloons. Want me untangled?
Oh, we don't have to get it. Just put them over here.
Nanny will. They're really sexy.
Yeah, we have to tell you nanny and
Yes.
then later you're talking about it, yeah.
So no,
For
we'll
every
put it
holiday,
between nanny,
every occasion, we got balloons, that was her thing.
As opposed to the flowers.
No flower, and
She
she had them around
loved,
and she loved her balloons.
she would not
And
let
who
me
else
take
loves
them out
balloons? I
even
wonder
after
who
they
she
were
passed on the
down.
balloons to, Maxie. Max and the balloons, it's not a holiday or celebration without
Without
balloons.
them.
Yep.
So this is for Mom, Dane. Do the honors.
Are we
Just
letting him fly?
Yeah, let them fly. Go for it.
Oh.
Bye, Nanny. We love you.
Nanny.
Love you. Those are gonna land in Old Orchard.
You're gonna be in some of their backyard.
Go to the backyard in Wickenwood.
Yeah.